Hi, I'm Gina Hand from Signal Chain Market Development, and I'm here today with Nicole Witry from Precision Analog Marketing. Nikki, you were telling me the other day about the ADS1115, a new Delta Sigma converter that just came out from TI, and about all the great success that we've had in the marketplace. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
You know, the ADS1115 family of data converters is getting a lot of attention because of its super tiny 2 by 1.5 by 0.4 millimeter package that makes it the industry's smallest 16-bit data converters. They're getting designed into a lot of portable and space-constrained industrial applications, including handheld data acquisition, smart transmitters even. However, the biggest success that we've had with the ADS1115 is in power supply voltage monitoring for both industrial and consumer applications.
So power supply voltage monitoring, everything has a power supply. That actually sounds like a really common application. How do people find that, and what is power supply voltage monitoring?
It's really everywhere. Most applications monitor their power supply with a power management solution like TI's BQ family. In addition to that, customers also tend to use an analog solution as backup.
So the ADS1115 is the backup solution?
Yes, typically they use a simple analog A to D converter that measures the voltage and monitors over voltage conditions in order to alert the MCU for problems. The ADS1115 takes up almost no board space and is the only 16-bit ADC with an integrated comparator, making it easier to directly monitor the over and under voltage thresholds.
Wow, so speaking of integration, I know that there's a lot of microprocessors out there that have an integrated ADC. Does the ADS1115, is that competition, or how does someone address that kind of a scenario?
Well, it's a really good point. Sometimes microcontrollers with an integrated ADCs can be the best choice. Some of TI's MSP430 family have integrated data converters that meet this need. The ADS1115 is going to be a performance upgrade for designers looking for data converters that are better specified and for improvements in, let's say, gain error, INL, for example. The beauty of the ADS1115 is that we can offer this with a minimal, if any, cost increase.
So even if a customer is using a microprocessor with an integrated ADC, they can still benefit from hearing about something like the ADS1115. So how does a person find a socket that might be a potential ADS1115 opportunity? How do they start that conversation?
Really, any customer with a power supply or a battery is going to be a good target, but this type of ADC socket doesn't always come up in regular ADC conversations. So I usually just specifically ask, are you using any ADCs to do any power or voltage monitoring in your design? The response is usually a yes that they do, or yes that it's integrated onto one of their MCUs. Either response is a great opening to start talking about this new ADS1115 family from TI that has the industry's smallest 16-bit ADCs. The hook is that this family is super tiny. It has options for different levels of integration, like the onboard comparator that we talked about, and also can offer speed, performance, and cost improvements over their current solution. So really, it's just a matter of going and getting them.
That's great. So next time I'm on a customer visit, all I have to remember is the ADS1115 is a 16-bit ultra-tiny Delta Sigma converter, and the applications are power supply voltage monitoring. All I have to ask is, are you using an ADC to monitor your power supply? And that's pretty much it, right?
Right.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today, Nikki. Thanks to you for learning about the ADS1115. Have a great day.